guys, I'm just about to pull up on a call for an investor who had a new system put in like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think they said in the notes, and now the system's not cooling. So I don't know if we got underbid for the job or whatever, but let's go see what we gotta fix now. It's already set to cool. The 68 is not doing nothing. Alright, let's go see what's going on in here. Alright, gotta move this stuff out the way. Alright, this is the inside of the air handler. I think I see water right down there. No, that's, yeah, it's a little bit of water down there. So I wonder if the coil froze. But let's just see what's going on now, if we've got high voltage. Oh, wait. So for the heat strips, got it. Got it for the rest of it. So let me get let's see if we've got low volt. So I mean, there's not nothing running. This all just looks disgusting. Alright, that's cool. It's real cool. Alright, so I ended up having to snip that wire with the wire nut on it, strip everything back because it was just terrible. And if I can get the camera down here, I'm going straight off the contactor, following that blue down to where there was a wire nut here. Put my clamp there, turn everything. I don't need the heat strips right now, but it seems like we don't have any power coming out of the transformer. So I'm going to verify that power's going into it. And if we do have power going in but nothing coming out, that's going to definitely say we got a bad transformer. I don't even see an inline fuse in here. So I wonder if something shorted and then that kind of just took the transformer out, which is possible. But it's alright. We're going to get them going. And with everything hooked up, they're only using the white and the black coming off the transformer. The orange is snipped off there, so the black gets tied into that red, which is where this is, and the white comes over here. Oh god, I thought something broke right there. Okay, so I do have 240, but it's not coming off of that circuit. It's like if I cut off the heat strips, then I don't get 240. It's weird. But I mean, thusly still. I guess I'm gonna take the transformer off and ohm out the one side, the low volt side. If I ohm that out and I get OL, it's definitely a bad transformer. That's weird. Yeah, I'm still. That's so weird. Now I've got my meter set to ohms, but it's reading 0.9, which I think is too low for the low side of a transformer. I'm gonna go double check outside with a new one, but either way, still I had no voltage, no low volt coming out of here, but high volt going into here. So I definitely, first thing got to do is replace this transformer and then figure out what else is wrong with the system. So out at the truck, I'm testing a brand new transformer. I just took out the box Just a simple Packard 40 VA multi-tap, I think is the correct term for these, when it could do like different voltages. But I got my meter set to ohms and it's reading 1.1, which isn't too far from what was the other one reading? 0.9, I think. I could be wrong, but pretty much it's not a significant difference in resistance to my knowledge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swap this out and see exactly what we got. And I'm gonna make sure to put terminal ends on the like crimp connect pieces for the high side, so I can run a low volt fuse to protect this in the future from possible shorts that may mess this up. All right, new transformer is in. I'm working with 240 volts, and I don't know if it can pop up on camera, but 240 goes to orange and common is white. So I've got the red and the black wire out of the way here, strapped out. My orange is right here. This might have been overkill, but it just looks a little bit cleaner to me. Male and female crimp connect pieces for the high voltage. I've got the low volt right here for the hot side, and common just gets tied into that. The thermostat, I went over and turned it from cool auto to just off and fan. So we know this isn't really going to do anything, it seems. But if I turn this on, the blower motor should kick on. All right, might have some other issues now. Let me verify that I got voltage. All right, so everything's back on. I've got secondary hot, getting my 24 volts now. So I probably was a little bit impatient. I think there's the fan motor might work off of a heat sequencer type of relay. So let me hook everything back up and actually be patient. Sometimes you got to be patient, boys. So I wanted to get out here and pull the disconnect before I cut the system on, so that way I could sit out here and observe to see if anything out here was going to cause the transformer to pop, like, a low volt issue as far as a rub out anywhere on the low pressure switch or something. I get to looking in here. Of course, the camera's being retarded. There's no pressure switches in here. This is such an entry-level model unit. There's no pressure switches, not a high or a low. Only wires going in here are for this motor and for the compressor. So I'm gonna go back inside, cut the thermostat to cool mode. If I do remember correctly, when I peeked inside the return, it's a 4-ton evap coil, and this should be a 5-ton condenser, I think, right? Serial number, yep, I think I see the 60. Yeah. So, and they just had somebody come and cut the yard, so get all this kabooyah out of here. Yeah. Let's cut her on and see what we got. Now y'all know, if this thing starts working perfectly fine, I'm slapping a sticker right there. Right there. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna start fine, but like y'all been telling me, right hand. And I hear the contactor buzzing in, so that lets me know the low volt made it all the way out here without popping the fuse. We should be a-okay if Austin can get this disconnect in here with one hand instead of seeming stupid. That almost didn't sound too good, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It sounded like the compressor's about to stall. Now, a little bit of backstory on this. I did come out here and diagnose. It was a very old ICP unit. It was a 4-ton condenser out here, I believe, either 4 or 5. But it was a bad compressor. They had already had like a hard start on it. I wonder if the capacitor is still over here on the ground. Somebody threw the old capacitor out. That thing's gone. And it was R22, so I was like, you know what, we could bid to do a whole system swap or just condenser. And I don't know what happened. I'll probably talk to my boss about it later after this service call and figure out, you know, did we lose out on this job? What happened? But they got a new unit. Oh, man. I was actually really nervous about that low volt issue. It's very rare. It's very rare that I've ever come across transformers that just die, I guess is the way to say it. Now I know they're just electrical components. All these things can give out at any point in time. You know, everything messes up. I just find it very ironic and weird at the same time that, you know, somebody came out here and put a condenser in. 2 weeks later, the transformer just kicks the bucket. So I don't see anything wrong with the way the low volt is ran from right here where it pokes out of the crawl up to the condenser. I mean, the only thing that you could say maybe is that if the liquid line gets too hot, you know, maybe it may mess with the 2-wire. But that's really it. Shoot, I don't even know where the unit drains out of here. I haven't seen any PVC. I didn't see any PVC pipe anywhere coming out. Oh man. But I think we did A-okay. I think we got this thing back going. Putting out some crazy amount of heat too. Let's check the pressures. Alright guys, the system is running great from what I believe, considering that it's a 1-ton difference between the coils. I don't think I'd be able to perfectly match up the subcooling on this, because if I start dumping in refrigerant trying to fill up the subcool for this, I'm going to be flooding the evaporator coil because it's 1 ton smaller. And I don't want to do that. I'm really just, at this point, I'm just looking for good delta T coming from the unit, and it's the first vent right there. Obviously, I'll probably still double check way down the line just to double check that it's good. But everything here seems like it's cooling just fine. The tenant didn't say the system wasn't cooling enough. She didn't say it was, you know, not keeping up. She literally just said it was working great, and then all of a sudden it stopped doing anything. So this, I'm gonna leave it where it is, and hopefully, you know, hopefully we don't get called back out to this thing until like a capacitor goes out. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Try to do it one-handed and make it as level as possible. Oh, that looked crispy. Crispy. Ooh, that was smooth. That was smooth the way it just rolled off of there. That's cold. Return probe there. Supply right here. Let's go ahead and move this. Going down the line. Oh no, oh, the display won't show. Let me wait for it to go back. 81, I think it was like 83 when I came in here. So we're already dropping temp. Looking good, looking good. All right guys, that kind of wraps up this video. Thankfully, you know, this wasn't on any installers. It doesn't seem like they were the problem here. It just seemed like, again, it's just really weird how a whole new condenser gets put into a couple weeks later or whatever, transformer blows. I mean, there's another reason why it's good to have inline fuses in on the low volt side, because if that system had a fuse, it possibly could have protected it. I don't know. I'm still more shocked at the fact that my new or the old transformer that wasn't producing any low voltage, still had resistance, which more lets me know that it probably did just die, because I've done that transformer test quite a bit where I ohm out the secondary side of the transformer, and I'll get OL and I'm like, boom, it's definitely bad. And this, of course, the one time I get ready to put it on camera, it's like, nah, buddy, nah. So that was that. I probably, I'm not even gonna say probably, whenever you replace a transformer and you're putting in a new fuse, it's always best to test the system with like a little popper in there. Obviously, nobody wants to sit there and just waste a bunch of fuses in case you were wrong or in case something else does go wrong. I've had quite a bit of run-ins on the Tempstar heat pump models, their heat pump condensers, where it'll be a wire for, it is specifically the wire for the defrost temperature sensor. It'll be like hugging against the sides of the coil, of the condenser coil, and after about a week or two after you start the system up, it would rub out right there. And then when the system shuts off, if you put a new fuse in, you know, it wouldn't immediately pop. It would wait a couple minutes while the system's running, the fan motors, you know, outside running on the condenser, and then it pulls on the wires just enough. Right when you're, you know, ready to pack up and leave, it pulls on the wires just enough, and it makes it rub out and go back to, and trip the fuse again. So that's why I wanted to go out there and pull the disconnect first out there, just to see, you know, because I thought there was going to be pressure switches, but you know, what do I know about having that on a condenser? I feel like that stuff should be mandatory, honestly, but whatever. This Tennant's back happy. Her system is cooling. I did off camera clean out the drain line and added a union for better access to clean out the drain, because I don't know how, there was 2 couplings there already. It was a pain in the butt to get the PVC cutters between the line set and cut the PVC, so I wasn't gonna finagle with the camera and try to show that. I just did it and got it over with because I'm ready to go home. But all in all, I'd say that was a success. Tenant's happy. I'm happy the system's running right. Let me know in the comments, is there a way to better adjust that charge, or would I, without adjusting the TXV? Because I feel like a lot of people would comment, oh, just adjust the TXV and you could get your charge back, you know, normal. Again, I'm dealing with a double wide trailer that is equipped with a 5-ton condenser and a 4-ton evap coil. That 20-degree delta T, I'm letting it rock. With everything else that was wrong under there, I wasn't gonna try to dig up anything that I knew the investor wasn't gonna, you know, tackle. Shoot, it was a haggle trying to even just convince him that yes, this condenser needs to be replaced. Because you know, everybody just wants to replace things or repair things, and again, I would have been fine popping in a new compressor, but it was such a big compressor. Nobody in the area had one. None of our closest dealers had one. So, oh, my vacuum just fell off. I'm gonna catch that on camera. Holy shit! With that being said, holy crap! I'll be right back. All right, back on the road now. Everybody, make sure you keep your packouts locked in place how they're supposed to be. You know, really make sure you hear that click, or else you could have just wound up like me and lost some stuff to the freeway. But with all that being said, guys, I appreciate if you watch this video all the way through, or even if you just click through. Shoot, it's cool with me either way. If you learned something, great. If not, thanks for watching anyway. Let me know if you think I did good. if I should have double checked anything that has any significance to what was diagnosed. But other than that, I'm gonna get on home, go spend some time with my dog, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.